शब्द न मिटे कोई, गुरु नानक नानक हर सोए, गुरु नानक नानक हर सोए। गुरु मेरी पूजा, गुरु गोविंदा, गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्मा, गुरु भगवंता। गुरु मेरी पूजा, गुरु गोविंदा, गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्मा, गुरु भगवंता। गुरु मेरी पूजा, गुरु गोविंद, गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्म, गुरु भगवंत, गुरु भगवंत, गुरु भगवंत।
Oh, my beloved, come to Satsang, come to Sahaja. Sahaja is not merely a physical place. It is your inmost being, your real place, your spiritual home. Your heart.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. I'm very happy to see you, and I'd like to say welcome also to the many friends around the world who are joining us to share Satsang in real time with us here in Rishikesh. We've had such beautiful reports from around the world that there's a feeling that they are very much present in the same space as we all are here. And that is wonderful, because it gives my heart great joy that wherever you may be in the world, if you can get to some internet, it is possible to be present with Satsang, that the spirit of truth works through every medium. And it's beautiful to see the internet being put to this service also, among other expressions also. We'll remind you again before we go more deeply into the one subject, and that to keep your questions as condensed and to the point, and to encourage in you the questions, such questions that provoke a deeper inquiry, and to make the best use of this time and opportunity to awaken to the full truth, which seems to be hidden or appears to be hidden, though it is not hiding, but somehow eclipsed by a habit, a delusion, an illusion that we are only our bodies, and the conditioning that arose in our bodily existence. And here in Satsang is the opportunity to peel away this cataract of illusory identity and to see from the depth of your own being. So this is really the opportunity, and again, I'll keep reminding of this, because there is a tendency, a kind of reflex, to go back to the old regime of thinking, which only concerns itself about our, earth mind, earth concerns, which are fine. It is also, we are here, and the expression of the physical body's earth mind should reflect the deeper understanding, the deeper realization that we are the self, that in essence we are beyond form and its limitation. Why? Not because we don't like life. In fact, true life begins when one awakens to the more profound realization that we are not merely born of time, but are the timeless being. And here, we don't invite imagination or any spiritual fantasy, but a cool and sober mind also is very helpful. That awakening is not a product of merely an emotional state, but much more profound and unchanging. And it should not be so difficult to locate, to acknowledge, to confirm and be that, because it is the only place where we are unchanging. We are both in the realm of changefulness and time, duration, but also you are the unchanging awareness, which is the source of all movement, of all the play of this manifest world. Such an opportunity awaits each and everyone to awaken to this experientially, immediately, directly, completely. So I just feel it is important to take the time to remind you of this, and not to gravitate more towards the body-mind notions of life. Because when you wake up to the full truth of yourself, that single realization will spread and will bless every aspect of your expression automatically, so that you don't have to be focused only on developing beautiful qualities and virtues one by one, but that they are already perfectly inherent in the fullness of what you are. Thank you. Okay. There's someone there. Yes.
Hello, Moody Baba.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you.
I cannot express how thankful I am for you. There's not enough words, and the Sangha for helping me to actually stand here before you. I would like to ask you about pain and suffering, and then I have two desires I'd like to ask.
Okay.
Sorry.
Regarding pain, did you want something specifically or generally about this pain and suffering?
How to remove the pain, and how to remove pain and suffering from the body.
Pain and suffering are different. The pain, there is an actuality about pain, the physicality about pain, but suffering is more about one's attitude also. So suffering, pain is inevitable for all beings, but suffering is optional. I say this because, as I said before, many will experience pain is a part of the experiencing of our existence in form. It will come along with joy. This body is a pleasure and pain body. We will experience a variety of different sensations. Pain is one of them. But our attitude to pain will be shaped by the strength of our identity with the body. The less identity there is with the body, the less pain becomes significant. And the most important is when pain is experienced impersonally. If it is experienced personally, it is inflamed, it is energized, it is magnified, because the person starts out being already in a vulnerable, insecure state. It is also, the person is also a form, an expression of consciousness, but it is a very contracted, limited expression of consciousness. We are all meant to experience this stage of consciousness where it perceives itself to be personal and limited for a while. But this for a whileness has taken a very long time, perhaps many lifetimes. But now, you're alive now, present now. You see? And we must use this nowness of our being to understand and use pain as a mirror to recognize our deeper self. And right now, I'm remembering a conversation that arose in Mumbai some years ago in the presence of the great master Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. In a smaller setting in his home, he was having satsang in his home, and he was speaking, and somebody came forward and said, "Sir, I hear what you say, and I'm touched by your words. But if I am to be honest, I am always experiencing suffering." And the master responded immediately, and he said, "No, it is not so. You are not experiencing suffering. You are suffering your experiencing. You're not experiencing suffering because suffering is not a thing. It is more a way in which you experience. He says you are not experiencing suffering, you are suffering, you're experiencing. And in that twist of perspective, a great power was offered back to the questioner that if I am suffering my experiencing, I have an option to change that. You see? And even with the physicality of pain, if it is not experienced personally, because the mind interprets pain in personal terms, and the pain feels exaggerated, it gets heightened, you see. In the mind of one who is centered in the heart, pain is also experienced, but it is not overwhelming, you see. So these two things must be kept in mind. Pain will come, because this body is pleasure and pain body. It will come. But the one whose mind is merged in the heart will not be so afraid of pain, and will even use the pain as an opportunity to go more deeply into the recognition of the self. They will not merely complain. Complain, increase pain. You see? Being personal also exaggerate and amplify the pain. But in the stillness of one's being, it is also allowed to be an expression that happened and is perceived, but it is not cling to. You don't cling to it. And somehow, even in situations like that, you may find that a remedy or a way comes to transform that pain. It comes more out of your silence than out of your noise. So that's the first question. Your second point?
The second question is, I want to come home.
Yes.
I've had enough of this body form, but my biggest fear is to pass before I find awakening or become awakened.
Yes. This should be the attitude of everybody, in fact. It should be the attitude, it could be the attitude of everyone. Because while we are alive, we witness also so many passing of friends. Everybody knows somebody, at least at some distant place or near, who has been close, who has crossed over. And death itself in the physical form is not as big as it is experienced, you see, in the mind or the psyche of a human being, because the human being is that aspect of consciousness that believes it is a time-bound entity. And so if it feels like at some point I'm likely also to leave this body or to die, whichever way it is perceived, then it creates some anxiety inside, even though we may try to avoid thinking about it, you see. But the actuality of that death is often experienced like a sleep. So it is not so much to worry about. But in life, to use your opportunity while your body is still warm, to find that which is imperishable. And it is in you, it is your own true self. And to awaken consciously, to recognize your unity and oneness with that. For this reason, for this opportunity, these satsangs are taking place. That is the pure intention and purpose. This opportunity and invitation in satsang is for those who don't feel that they have time to waste on other things. Sometimes sickness, help us to focus our attention and even really to appreciate the life more. But for others, it really focuses their attention on finding that which is imperishable. So I hope you are one of these people who you have tried many things, but everything has the stamp of time on them. time says, all that you see, all that you think or imagine, your very self as an identity, all this belongs to me. I consume everything. The only thing that time cannot consume is its own source as pure awareness. Then this is what you must find. It is there all along. Awareness is not hiding. In fact, it is so obvious, but we are so one with it. It seems like, and the mind is searching for something, for as it has in the past. It seems to be the instrument for interpreting and measuring change and variety. So it is always looking for something that it can compare and weigh and so on. But its own source it cannot see. You see? Let me give just a small example. I've given it before. Like a sharp instrument, like a knife, can cut many things, but it cannot cut itself. However sharp it is, it cannot cut itself because it is one thing. To cut must be two. Or your eyes can see so many shapes and colors and forms and textures and all these things. It can see, but they cannot see themselves. Or a scale can weigh so many things, so many objects, but it cannot weigh itself because it is one unit. If the only way would be to take a scale and put it on another scale, then you can weigh something. You see? Yourself is same thing. You are just one. You cannot see yourself phenomenally. You see? Because if you could see yourself phenomenally, then who are you, the one who is seeing? So just keep this in mind. Because the mind wants to search for something. I found it. It will not be it. You see? If the mind really finds the self, in that moment, it's not mind anymore. It disappears and only the self remains. You see? Now, there's no need to be afraid of this because you're discovering of yourself. There is no pain. You will actually see, it got rid of the pain. It does not bring pain. But in the mind we feel, but my life is worth something. Let me salvage the good bits. Keep the good bits and see if we can carry it over. But this is from mind. In fact, there's some truth in that because whatever you have done or achieved in some way, if you come to understand that it is consciousness that has done that and not really the person is a myth, it doesn't really exist. It's like a ghost. Then you'll understand there's no fear because if your life has gone a certain way, whatever beauty has arisen for you, it will also be there because it is consciousness that has prepared the ground of your life for higher things, and you will see. So your question, I had enough,
Yes.
not just enough of the body, but bodily attachment, bodily identity. This is the trouble, not merely body. How to change this now, then? Well, I'll show you. As I said, everything that you can see or perceive, it is just an appearance in you. Everything has come, so many things have come, but nothing has come and stayed. Everything come and go. Everything comes and goes. And it is witnessed in you that they come and go. They appear and disappear. They rise, they fall. Like this. You must be clear about this. Everything, even the things you think, no, this is stable because you have confined it to memory. Even this you cannot keep. Because one day you may say, my memory is not as good as it used to be. I can't remember names anymore. I'm not able to retain the things I used to be able to. And you will see that memory cannot contain you. It can hold on to certain ideas you may have about who you are, but memory cannot contain you, because you are the one who looks and says, my memory is getting weaker. So you cannot be trapped in the bubble of memory. Memory does not work for itself. It is something that looks and retrieves from memory or reconstitutes from memory. So all that you see, all that appears and disappears, and you are the witness of its appearing and its disappearing. Whether it is an idea or a sensation or imagination or any information, they come and go. You who witness them, witness their coming and their going. Therefore, they cannot be you. Because if you were the things you see, when they disappeared, you would also disappear. And you are here to witness their disappearance. This is simple common sense, isn't it? So that which is observing, consider your whole life and all the things that you have felt to be true or constitute the sense of your identity. All of that was shaped by belief, by attachment, by desire, by appearances and disappearances, and by the ability of consciousness to perceive them and to say yes or no to them, or to determine their reality or unreality. All this as reported to the consciousness that you are. Every single thing. And it is so immediately. Just like if you're talking now, you are aware you are talking. There's awareness you are talking. There's awareness that you're listening. There's awareness that you're standing there. That awareness is apart from the thing that appears in it. It is stable. Do we follow or not?
Yes.
Very good. So, this is the beauty of consciousness. I am not going to give you work to do, but simply to observe. So, body and senses and pain, they're also effects appearing and arising in the field of the conscious self. You're aware of them.
Yes.
If another sense arises, also immediately it can only appear in your awareness. So that is also detected, you see? And even you may say, okay, now the pain is lessened. So something is registering, observing the quality and intensity of pain. That itself is not pain. It is only, what you may say, monitoring the pain. By will you can do. What I want you to do now is to recognize that you have already admitted, actually, that these things, they come and go. They cannot be you. So therefore, don't identify or form conclusions about anything that simply appears and disappears. Only observe. Okay? But put attention on that which is observing. That is more important than the thing observed, is the power to observe. Stay there, stay here. You see? Still perceiving is taking place spontaneously, and there is even the perceiving of the functioning of perception. You know you are perceiving.
Yes.
You know at this moment you are conscious. And that knowing of consciousness belongs to what? First, the fact. The fact is that you are perceiving, or that there's a functioning of perception, and that there's awareness of that functioning. Please stay with this, because if you catch this here, you don't have to catch it later. You know that you're perceiving. You know the senses. If the smell of curry comes, you will not mistake it for lavender. Without doing anything, without even intention, that function happens spontaneously. This is the marvelousness of consciousness. It is not being steered or manipulated. Spontaneously, it is perceiving without any effort. If a cow passes and it goes, you'll know that it's not a bird without, you have to go, what was that? Something knows without moving and without even becoming deeply interested. This filter, this power to perceive, is inherent in consciousness. It's happening by itself. Who are you in all of this? Where is your place? If some experience happened, you are already also aware that you're taking it personally or not personally. Immediately you know, I am attached to that idea or it's insignificant. Spontaneously you know. You don't have to do any spiritual gymnastics to know that. Why? Because none of this is essentially or fundamentally yourself, the perceiving core. You are that perceiving core. What does it look like? You have a sense what your body looks like, what your person looks like. You have a sense of your person or personality. You can write an autobiography. Who is it that you're writing about? You can tear it up and say, no, it's not quite true. What knows it's not true? So all these things only became a problem because we identified with them and gave them somehow the certificate of truth. But if you only perceive, so leave the senses open to function within their capacity and according to their own laws, no trouble. Let them perceive. There's no sin in perceiving. But when you start to say, this belongs to me, you see, then you create a change within yourself and also within the form you are choosing. And it appears to join the kingdom of your identity. And later now you're suffering it. I don't need all this stuff. Now it has become too much. We have been collecting so much information. We are trying to be so many things. And none of it is essentially what you are. What knows this? The same one. So therefore, you can leave all these things aside and still you're present. Take everything out. We turn you upside down, shake you out. All concepts out, everything out. And still you're there. Everything you can remove. And when the last thing falls, you're there. Before it falls, you're here. During the collection, you're here. When it all goes, you're here. What's the difference? The difference would be that you keep believing this is me, this is what I am. And that creates a density in the consciousness, a distortion, which will then in some way, it will molest your peace. So now, leave all of these things for a moment not cynically, but just isolate yourself from them for a moment. After this exercise, you can pick them back up again and say, okay, sorry Murji, I need this one. And you can pick them up and you can put them back if you want. But just for this moment, just leave your attachment to them, the significance we give them. Leave everything aside. Just be empty of them. And some people will probably be experiencing this for the first time. That you have given yourself the space and the permission to simply be nothing, just for a moment. You are not a collection. You are not a collection. Everything, leave everything. Leave everything. Until there's nothing left to leave. Even the one who is throwing them out, leave this one also. Leave everything out. And don't be expecting something to happen for one moment. Don't wait for, okay, now what? So no next for a minute. You do it, see? Leave everything. And so there's no confusion. You're not combining yourself with anything at all. No ideas, no object, no past, no pride, no ego, no shape. For a moment, leave everything aside. Senses are still here, functioning, no trouble. How are you?
I am good.
Yes. Remember I said, no imagination is required. So you are not creating any idea about a self. Leave everything at all. And in this absolute emptiness, pay attention to what remains. Are you in a state of trauma?
No.
Is this a disappointing discovery?
No.
No. Is anything essentially lacking or missing?
No.
No. I'm not telling you to become anything at all. Just put down all this weight you've been carrying for a moment. Unburdened, you see. This is your true nature. This is your natural place. Nobody gives value to this. Because no one can exploit this. No one can be special here. No one is above or below. Yeah. And there's no need also. Because you are in a state of completeness and contentment. You are in your God self. But a force inside us wants to say something. It wants to come and say, yes, but how can I live like this? Or, I can't pay my rent like this. It might be nice for a holiday. It might be nice for a visit. So I know how to come back here when I want. Don't purchase any of these thoughts. They have never served you. They have never served you. Now you can begin to discover that life is. And that you are life, and at the same time, the weakness of life occurs to you. Put everything down and don't pick anything up. Stay like this. And you can tell me if you have downgraded. Because you have not done anything here. And yet, how are you? These tears are coming from where, you see? They're not the expression of sorrow, but of immense joy and relief. Now, is there a need for your second question?
Can I come to you?
Yes, you can come.
Okay.
Yes, yes. You I want to meet. You I want to meet. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes. Just stay like this. Stay like this.
Can I sit here for a little while?
Yes, you can sit for a moment. Sit. There it is. One time it was told, now I'm coming to, that a certain disciple once went to the master after spending a few years in his presence, no? And one morning the disciple had some awakening happened, and he presented himself to the master and said, sir, I don't know what to say, because a change has happened inside me, and everything I thought I was has fallen away. And there's just immense gratitude. And please tell me, how can I repay you for this? Oh, the master said, repay? No, repay. No repay. If there's anything you must do, is stay like this. Don't go back to your mind. Now, somebody may say, but once this has happened, no, you cannot go back to the mind. I said, we have to be totally cured from this tendency that even whatever change may happen, they are still superficial and insignificant to you. You are not running around putting out fires. Simply you stay put. And from that vantage point of yourself, you'll see the weakness, the superficiality of all things. And your life will begin to unfold in its true beauty. Don't feel that by saying stay in the heart, you're going to end up looking like a golden Buddha statue. No, rather your life is released to express what it really can be in its dynamic expression, and yet at the same time, you are still also the unchanging one. This is a paradox and a mystery that can only be understood or solved from inside the experience itself.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I had to come up here to let go of the fear of coming up here. And as I listened to you, I first came in contact with you only a few months ago. And the talk you gave about the moment to surrender is now, something like that, where a woman who felt she had to leave her family and leave her life as it is and totally surrender to become awake. And that talk brought me here. There was a burning in me to, yes, there's something beyond what I've been learning through Zen meditation and Vipassana. This moment of letting go of the mundane and reaching that. I'm good at staying in the observer.
Yes.
But wanting to let go and go even beyond the observer.
Yes.
And
so the observer also mean it has a function, it is observing. So there is a duality in this also, no?
Right.
So there is still a bit of space, there's still space, because the observer or the observing function is also perceived.
Right.
Okay. Is it clear or not?
No, well, I use your I am
Yes.
Meditation.
Yes.
It's a short one, only 10 minutes or something.
Yes.
And I come to a point where there's a question of effort and no effort.
Yes.
Most of my training has been to use a lot of effort, like Zen meditation is very much in that way. And I never come to the blank mind that they talk about.
You never come to what?
To this blank mind, no mind state. And for me, what works for me is to be in nature. I can be up here in the mountains by a stream and I just become connected.
Yes.
I feel the nurturing.
What if you can't go to nature? Suppose you were in jail.
Again,
Suppose you were in a hospital, you can't go to nature. You open the window, there's only a concrete wall.
Well, my imagination's very good. I can put myself there.
Yes, but that is to put it there.
Right.
And it will still be something, another phenomenon that will create and then to sort of occupy. Like a spider, it takes a web out of itself and then it goes and lives in it. We are like this. So what I'm saying is, whatever you can perceive Even the idea that if I do this, when I do this, I feel better. All of these things, they are to do with a doing, a happening, a conditioning, a projection, an intention. But before even intention starts, something is already here that does not need to do anything. It does not need to attain anything or to change anything in itself to be. And actually, we are finding that it is the very goal of the meditation, in fact. It is so exquisitely obvious and so easily overlooked. You say, you understand and feel, you perceive the mind, but no mind. I have not been able to really reach this no mind. I'm going to show you. Drop mind and drop no mind. And what remains?
Nothing.
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 Yeah.
And then dropped even the concept of nothing.
Yeah.
Faster than Zen.
Like a hot spring.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mind wants to make a shape, and then to occupy that shape, it creates a shape maybe even of awakening. And then it cannot drop that shape. It is trying now to fulfill its projections. But all that is in front of something which is unmoving. So that urge, that tendency to create must also be seen as only another movement, which itself comes and goes in front of that which is unmoving. That which is unmoving cannot be seen. This is why I sometimes relate the beautiful saying of St. Francis of Assisi, who said, what you are looking for is already where you are looking from.
I like that.
Yes. What we are looking for, mind is looking, is already the very looking and the perceiving of the looking. But we have an itch because we create an idea, a model of awakening or of our goal, and then we are trying to fulfill it. People do it also with relationships very often. They create a stage and they create how they want the relationship to be. And now just to try to find somebody who will cooperate with their projection.
Yeah.
You see? And then of course life is not here to satisfy or fulfill your projection. Then comes struggle. What about if you don't have any of that? Or if you just resist the temptation, that's one way to resist temptation to go there. I'm going to show you an easier way than that. Rather than resisting a temptation, because to resist a temptation, you must identify with the one who is tempted. And the one who is tempted is also phenomenal. It is also a construct. It is not original. But it is the favorite hanging out place for consciousness. It often identifies with that one. And I'm trying to show that that one is also an image in consciousness, a psychological image, an energetic image, a juicy image, a habitual image, but still an image. in the consciousness. When you can bear and be the emptiness you are free. When you can bear, because sometimes, very often, even throughout the day, the moving mind and the sense of person must drop back into silence and emptiness, where it is replenished enough to go back and pick up other things. But because there's strong belief in that identity, it never returns to the source consciously. It's like there's a power inside that is avoiding that. There's a power inside that seems to be avoiding looking towards the source. It's as though the mind is shopping through the senses for experiences that keeps it floating on the surface of consciousness. But all of this is only imagined. And we believe all this, our projections, our desires and imaginations, we believe them into existence. And that's what gives them strength. And they become our experience. And now we have to create contrary concepts to try and neutralize the things we create in the first place. But there is a dimension of being. I'm using this word, it's not the right word, I don't know what the right word is. In front of which all this play occurs and is perceived to be ephemeral, transient, insubstantial. It doesn't judge that. It doesn't even have to judge that. In a way, I can say it does not even acknowledge that as significant, because none of that has any impact on it.
Maybe that's what I'm doing. I feel this sense of peace when you guide us into this deeper space. And then you speak of the bliss and the immense happiness. And I think happiness comes and goes, but the peace is what I want, and peace is what I have.
Yes.
And I come to thinking of when I first had a glimpse of the spiritual world, the beyond the mundane world, was when I was in my early 20s and using psychedelics. And you talk about effort and no effort. Taking something like mushrooms, or I've spent a lot of time with indigenous people, tribal people, living for over 10 years, and seeing how this is the way they access with their herbs and their rituals. I wonder, and when I did those experiments back in the early days, I had these experiences of total bliss and total connection and total love. And I think maybe that's what I'm expecting to happen when I
Yes.
follow your meditation.
Yes.
I have to let that go too, I guess, yeah.
You
See any validity in the...
There are introductions. I mean, all experiences are valid up to a point.
Yeah.
They can be introductions. There are people who have a very structured life, that have very little space for spontaneity. And so an urge, the impulse of life, drives them to search for something to come out of this rigidity.
Yeah.
So whether it is alcohol or whether it is some form of drug, it is a search for truth.
Yes.
But maybe only recognized later. And so what happens is that we search in this way, and at first, yes, you have the experience which takes you out of your groove and something feels, yes, yeah, free falling, man, you know, like this, and it is good. It shows that there is other dimensions of reality.
Right.
You see,
Right.
and it is beautiful. But then you come down from this, and it is relying on some substance or something, which is okay for a while.
It's impermanent, yeah.
But to go neat, which is not an experience you are having, not experience I am having, but you are the experience itself. And I want to say something just to back up a little bit, because you mentioned about, you say the happiness, when we go back into the state where you are, you say, yes, the happiness also come and go, but the peace is really where I'm at, that's where I want. So recently, one of the friends of Sangha, we was coming and we were talking, what sort of work would you like to do in the Sangha more? And she said, anything, actually. I am just happy in everything. And I was very pleased, because genuine expressions, I'm happy with everything. And I said to her, when you're happy in this way, don't be attached to happiness, but be that which is aware of the happiness. Okay? Just be that which is aware. Don't try to suppress the happiness. Let it be there. It is a joy. It is the fragrance. Let it be there. But don't identify. Stay as the weakness of the happiness. When you stay like that, then sadness may come, but it's also a cloud passing. Then joy will come again. And it will be enjoyed. But there's no clinging to that. And then will arise a joy that doesn't go away. This is important thing. You see?
The peace is enough. Don't have to have happiness all the time.
Happiness, the bliss I'm speaking, is your nature. It's like a flower saying, this is enough. I'm not asking you to be more. I'm saying allow your completeness to be whatever it needs to be. I'm not talking about thrills that come and go, but what is your nature? That joy, that need not be this.
Yeah.
It can be acquired, because joy and love and peace, at a certain point, there's no difference in them. Contentment and satisfaction, emptiness, all those words, they meet and become one. They lose their distinction and they are just one.
I'd like to say something about service. Several people have talked about being healers, being in service. And I'm experiencing something right now. Excuse me. I'm volunteering at Mother Miracle.
At?
The school called Mother Miracle.
Okay.
Just down the road here.
Yes.
And helping the students with their English and writing papers. And
Yes.
And I see a shift where I used to work with children a lot and poor people, or people in a lower bracket of economy. And it was like, I was trying to save them or something. And now I see these children and there's so much joy. They all come from poor families, but there's a real connection.
Yes.
That's so much stronger. I don't have to be somebody. I just be with them.
Yes.
It's very wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is a joy. Awesome. Very good. Come down. You come. You come.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
You are my boat. I love you.
so much. There's been a question steering me up for, I think, a week, and I just let it settle there, but it just comes in my dreams, it's there, full body. So I wrote it down, and I read it to you because I want it to be like kept to the essential. Remaining in the blissful silence of the being, still there is a subtle tension.
Yes.
It is not a thought, but a kind of will, awaiting. When we sat in silence with you, a cloud lifted and there was a vast silence, yet vibrant field of consciousness, in which single thoughts were falling like drops of water, clearly seen. All past, present, and future were here now. The body itself was perceived like a garment, a shell, outer to the being. Yet, even then, there was the subtle action of awaiting, and it was anchored in this body-mind. It is as if a snake was swallowing his own tail, but he cannot swallow his own head. It seems impossible.
Yes.
It is also seen that this question is not about finding the answer, but rather dropping the question. My Guruji, how after finding oneself to forget oneself?
In a sense, the finding and the forgetting go together, actually. Of course, from time to time, some remnant ideas will come, no? And I don't feel it is unhealthy. I think sometimes old impressions from past will come, but they come and they have no compass to grow in, because somehow there's nothing wanting to use them to build a person out of them. They are just experienced, and there's no fear also. Like other sensations arising in consciousness, they come, they appear, and they disappear. They come and go also. So the person will only come back into shape if there is some nostalgia for something, and then somehow you grow a person back. But it's still, for a while, it will not get you on the first punch, or the second punch, or the third punch, or the fourth kiss, or the fifth kiss, but maybe the sixth one. Is and you start to take the number, and then somehow it is developing like this. Also, it cannot compete. The old idea of self cannot really compete with the fullness of your realization. You see, whatever we may be in the past, if we are addicted to whatever it is, it could be addicted to the need for love, or to be seen, or to some kind of drug or something. It doesn't matter, because as soon as you begin to experience again your true self, it's like there is no competition, actually. You see, maybe in the beginning we have to be a bit careful, because something is oscillating for a bit, but only for a time. As soon as you come to a deeper recognition, then the old itch is leaving. You see?
Yes.
And we all know that. All people know it, because all of us are addicts. We are all addicts. First, we are addicted to I. That is the opium of spirituality. All addicted to I person. And it's the number one drug. You see? But we can't find the dealer. Everybody's addicted to this one. And then after this one, we are addicted to other things. And gradually, as you come back, you must come to the gate of I. And the I and whatever content it has. Because originally, I is contentless. That feeling you have inside you, I, nobody gave to you. Everything else came after that. But nobody, not your parents, did not give you the feeling I. Nobody has christened their child, you will be called I. And yet every living being has an intuitive sense, I am. That I is consciousness. It is not a person, it's not male or female. It is not any particular religion or set of beliefs. It is quite pure. It is really, I would say, the child of the Absolute. It is the earliest and cleanest expression of the pure awareness as it touches the world of manifestation. That sense, I am. And that sense, I am, that is your name. Then you say, I am John. But I am is before John. It is consciousness. And then when it says, I am John, I am this body, it's opened the door to pick up other impressions, which it later believe it is itself. And with these collections of ideas about itself, a life comes into shape. A person comes into shape. But it is a distortion of your pure self. And what this life is a journey of awakening to what you were before you became. You see? When you come back to the place of I amness, there's a change from person to presence. Person is a very unstable form of consciousness. And it is meant to be, because it is not our true state. You see? It is only a state for a while the consciousness needs this personal programming to exercise its muscle or to grow or to discover something, to experience diversity with identity, and then to experience diversity without identity. That you will do when you come to the place of I am, beyond the I am the person. And all spiritual practice is to bring the I am back to its unmixed state. This is why Ramana Maharshi say, the I removes the I, yet remains the I. Sounds crazy thing to say, but the I, the natural I am, the godly self, must remove the culture of believing it is a person, only to shine again as I am, the natural self. You see. How to remain as a self and to forget what the old self, it happens spontaneously. It happens spontaneously. In the beginning, maybe we flirt a bit, like in the West. We flirt about, but when you find your beloved, then everybody drops away. There's a saying, I can live with many. Find the one you cannot live without. Who is that one? It's not the person. At present, greater reality is given to the sense of person than to the sense of presence. And this is why most human beings, we always talk about our circumstances, our relationships, because that's the context that we live in and we call a life. But there's a life beyond this also, a much more complete life, a broader life, a much more peaceful and harmonious life. and it is not a stranger to you. It is much more genuine, it's much more you than your person's life. This is why no one, that, as far as I know, who has discovered the self, their true self, has ever complained and say, no, I want my old self back. It's not been heard of, I've not heard of it, but maybe somebody can show me someone like that.
Guruji, I was not asking about the old self. What I meant, how to be in this space, be in the self, and yet not want to. This wanting of merging is what I feel keeps me away from merging.
I see. It is true. At a certain point, if the desire continue, the desire brought you through all these experiences, to a certain maturity in your being. But if after it still continue, it is overworked.
Yes.
Now the desire must leave you. You see? And you are left now because no further to go in that. How to do something, the question does not apply. As you discover, and you're discovering, you see, you find that you're in a harmonious field that just functions perfectly. It doesn't have a manual of how to be. It is spontaneous existence. And any early traits or tendencies, they gradually filter away, they gradually thin away by themselves. This fan, if we turn it off, the blades will keep going for a while. But in a while they'll stop. Now, if we are to leave the building and they say all the power must be off, when I flick the switch, I can leave. I don't have to wait until the blades stop because the juice is cut. Sometimes when the juice is cut, some tendencies continue, but they're leaving. And you know that, so something is fine with that. You see? That is a difference. Otherwise, it's like trying to boil milk and have a conversation on the phone at the same time. You have always got to be watching him because quickly, in a minute, he's gone. But once you've turned it off, mischief is finished. Turning it off means somehow inside you know, I have no time for that. I'll leave that. And it cannot grow without you because you can be without your habit, but your habit cannot be without you. You got it? You can be without the habit, but the habit cannot be without you. So somehow it is a kind of relationship, but who stands to benefit? You can be without it, but it cannot be without you. You are the original. Your discovering of yourself is discovering of your eternal being. How you know? You mean, how do you know? You will just know. Some things you know not by study, but just by illumination. They come inside and you just know. Just like you don't need someone to tell you that you're conscious. And when you're in love, you never forget. You don't need someone to come and remind you to remember your beloved. Darling, have you remembered your beloved today? Oh my God, yes, I forgot. No, it's not true. Whatever you're doing, the love permeates everything.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah, you know very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, very good. Who is really burning to come something? Is you? Yeah, come then, let's see.
Namaste, Muji.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. I don't know if you remember, 26th February, a short girl shared something about her partner.
Say again, start again.
My partner, 26th February,
Yes.
Satsang, she shared about her partner's story. So I've just,
Is you?
yes, Muji.
Very good.
Thank you so much for inviting me here, Muji.
I'm very happy,
I was really taken aback. I watched that video and I was in tears. I just came yesterday, just kind of not believing I'm here, But I love you so much.
Very happy you come. Very
Yeah, so I've just been on fire. Just been in fire. But what does one do when you're in this type of fire? I mean, it feels so real.
Yes.
It feels everything is bubbling up, everything is coming up to the top.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't know how to tell you everything. Concepts, beliefs, religious conditionings, the ego, especially the ego knots are quite strong and they're just coming up and they're just burning away, And I kind of surrendered to this, because I felt that it was right. What's coming up is all what's not me.
Yes.
It's just not me. I knew there was some desire I had, for truth.
Yes.
But I didn't know, I knew it was there, And I guess, I feel like it's what the universe gave me, to finish everything that was just not me.
Okay. How long is this fire going on?
For quite some time, quite a lot of time.
Because even a very big house will burn in one day.
I can't believe that. How does that happen? I don't know.
In the greatest fire, you must be there in the heart of the fire. In the smell of the fire, everything is burning. There is something is not burning. You must be there in the place. And there's a story about one man. He was a collector of antiques, and he collected a lot of antiques over the years. He had a very big house, much bigger than this place. And it is full, every room is full of collectible antiques from all over the world. That was his love. And he only lived in this house by himself. He does not have a wife, nothing. His passion is collecting stuff. And there's no place for anybody to stay in the rooms. It's so full of antiquity. And one day he was making some coffee, left the milk on, and he had to run to the shop to get some sugar or something like that, and he forgot. And then the house caught fire, and a big fire. And he's out, he's talking to somebody in the shop, forgot all about it and stuff. And he hears, kept talking, and then he comes out, big smoke coming above the trees. He said, oh, that's kind of over where I live. So he's walking back, with his sugar. And this whole house is on fire. full blast. My antiques. Not even so much the house, the antiques. And he rushes up to the house and opens the door, big flames. Opens window, big flames. Oh my God, my God. He found one window and he opened it and he rolled into the room. And he starts to throw out a piece of antiques to not let them burn. He's throwing them on the grass, throwing them out. Then after the smoke is coming too strong, he couldn't save one more. He saved about 20 pieces. The fire was raging. Finally, the smoke is overcoming and he crawls out and fall out the window. And he's there. And then he wakes up in hospital. So, wow, what am I doing here? And I said, oh, sir, you are very lucky to be alive. It was a foolish thing you did going back in the house. He goes, my antiques. What happened to my antiques? So they had a few antiques in the hospital room, like trophies. And they are there. He says, oh, sorry, the whole house burned down. Then after a few days, he took taxi and he went to the place and he got there, no house, just smoldering. He walks into the center of what used to be his house. Everything is ashes and the smell of burnt wood. He stands in the middle and he looks around. And a deep peace enters his being. So deep peace. He stood there for like half an hour in total silence. Then he got back in the taxi. Take me to the hotel, to the hospital. Took him to the hospital. Took all his remaining antiques, put them in the taxi, take me back to the house. He went back, then he took all his antiques, put them in the middle of where he was standing, set them on fire. He said, all these things I've collected, now they're gone, and I've never felt as complete, as empty, as silent as I do. Take these also. So, this house has been burning. What is keeping it burning, still burning? Because if you pay attention, everything is burning, but something here is only silence. I'm not looking, oh now the third bedroom is on fire, oh my God. Oh, the kitchen, oh no. Not interested. Just you are here. Now after a while, you're not even trying to put the fire out. And you're not interested in what exactly is burning, because you found what is not burning. When you find what is not burning, you don't mind about the rest. Leave that to the fire. The fire is your guru. He's burning everything. You say thank you to fire, thank you. I say, step into this fire of self-discovery. This fire will not burn you. It will only burn what you are not. You are that. You see? The rest is only your dream. Somebody once they planted a small seed. But every day they went and they pulled it up to see how much root has grown. And they wonder, why is it not growing? Why is it not growing? Yesterday only this much growing. Let's take a look, dig up again. They measure, not growing. They leave it alone. In the same way. Why these things keep coming, burning? Because there's somebody to keep watching it. The story of my burning. Just these things, you see.
It was during this journey, I understand what you mean. It was not like I was so attached to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just happening, things coming up.
Yeah.
And in between this coming up, I could feel something inside, which was really beautiful. Just still, very peaceful. Just pure peaceful joy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be in that, but something would come in between that, you know?
Don't want to be anything.
Yeah.
Don't want to be anything. The minute you want to be something, resistance come. Don't want to be anything. Let everything burn. Let everything happen like that. Don't want to be anything. Don't even want to be on a journey. You want to be on a journey, suddenly you find yourself when you're on a journey. There's something that's not taking a journey. You see? And there is something that appears to be taking journey. So let that happen alongside. But don't be so much in that. Be in that which is not taking journey. And then you may enjoy the play of a journey. But if you believe in the journey, you somehow can't reach the destination. Be that which is not on a journey. It's a silence. It's distanceless. And then you have the play of a journey. You enjoy the play. You follow this? Yeah.
Just let go of everything.
Yes. Yes. We are not speaking to some person for the first time, let go of it. No. To one who can hear it, let go of everything is not a negative approach to life. It is for life. Let go of your attachments. The things themselves, it's fine. But the attachment is giving a meaning to something that it need not have for a minute. And then just enjoy, let it be there. Even I say enjoy because, okay, just let it be. You will find that somehow in all of this, you have not lost your silence and your peace. It is not lost. If it feels to you, the words to drop something resonates, then immediately. You don't say, okay, I think I'll drop it tomorrow. No, if it resonates, thank you, it's done. You see? You will say, yes, I'm going to need a few weeks to drop that. It's okay too. But it will take a few weeks at least, if not months, if not years. Because you have given space to something you don't need. If you knew or heard that God love you, so much love you. Would you want to wait for another 6 months to experience that love? Don't you want to find out now?
Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.
Can I please get your blessings?
Yes, you do have. Okay, Mom, you come. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, hello Mooji.
I
I feel very much I'm burning in your love and in your grace and in your fire for 2.5 weeks now. And I really feel this urge to just come to your feet and bow down at your feet and you know and kind of I feel this urge to just disappear completely, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
yes,
I can sense my body trembling now, and
yes. There is something really amazing about reaching a certain place which feels like the next step is a step in the unknown. You've always been walking in, we walk with torch, so you know the next step is okay. Yeah. We know we're going. What if you have come to the last step? Now you make one step after the last step. This you don't know. But there's some impulse inside your heart that is saying, come. But something is inside that feels, and this is the point of your discernment, is that last step going to be, or is going to be that you fall upwards into the arms of something very beautiful. And who will take the risk? Some urges inside you. You have sat in satsang. You have had a sense of something inside you is moving in a certain way. And you're going with it. And you're feeling a call to just open up more to existence and to say, yes, I don't want to be just holding the steering wheel anymore. I want to be a passenger now in the existence. I want to just let go to this. And a voice is saying, no, don't do that. and something is still feeling, yeah. Early for me, what happened is, also happened for me. And one time, at a certain point, I'd reached a certain place. And I was sitting very much in first with a group of young Christian people, beautiful people, but something was not flowing with their teacher or preacher, no? It was not resonating for me. And so, little by little, I found myself leaving and spending more time alone. I started meeting other groups of people, Muslims and Sikhs and so on. And sometimes a big fear come, like, I'm betraying an opportunity to be with Christ and so on. No? And then at a certain point, I'd feel fear comes. I had a book in my hand and I want to open it. Something is very attracted, and the fear is saying, if you look into this book, you're going to become Quasimodo. I don't know if some of you know Quasimodo. It had nothing to do with my culture, with some guy working. And this fear, now I can laugh a little bit, but at the time it was kind of, that it could really happen. That because I was seeing already mystical things happening around, so I think, why not Quasimodo? I mean, it is an option, not one I would choose. And this feeling that don't open that. And one by one, all these fears, I never knew I had them, come up. Fear of being in a group and thinking group mentality. Because, I am original, I do my own thing. I don't want to be all behaving like everybody else. And a lot of fears. But as something opens and says, God is in my heart, and He must be somehow arranging all these things. And looking, and then a lot of fear go. And fear is going. And fear is going. Another one. Fear is going, like that. And I could see how many people stop. But something just go. And all the fear of Muslims and Sikhs and this one and that one, it just went. There was an image inside, God is to be feared. You can make a mistake and He's going to go, tick him off, But I was seeing through experience, this is not like this. This is some conditioning come from somewhere. I picked this up somewhere. And all these things falling. I'm so happy. Then I found that the God field is love. Not tight and do's and don'ts. No, I passed that. I said, no, it's not that one. That was a funny chai shop, that one. We're going to go another one, try this one. Oh, you must, be like this. You must be like that. You must dress like that. And you go past all these things. So I know how it can feel, this sense. I brought you to, a place of surrender, this most beautiful thing. Who are you surrendering to? The Lord of the universe. Which incidentally, something in you is totally in synchronicity with that, yearning for that. So I would always encourage. How are you feeling?
Great. I have no words. And I just feel very grateful to you. Very
good.
I feel very blessed by this whole existence. And I have deep gratitude.
Yes.
And trust.
Yes. In Mantisahaja, I started saying to people, generally, whoever would listen, wherever you are, you know, maybe not in public, but start practicing this thing. Just be like this. Say, thank you, thank you, thank you. In your kitchen, bathroom, garden, get used to just this posture of just saying, thank you, thank you. Maybe you don't know what for even. Don't you have to say, oh yes, thank you for that new bicycle or something. No. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Get used to this. You don't have to do it in public because people, just by yourself. It's nice if you have your own room, it's good. And just get used to just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Who are you saying thank you? Thank you. And see how you feel. Just thank you. Maybe at some point you may find yourself saying, thank you for my breath and for being able to think and to walk freely, or just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And see what happened to you. Just thank you. You even don't have to say. Try it and see. Many people have written to me about this. They say, we don't know how it works. I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so good. I don't have no reason to feel good, but I just feel good. I have no reason to feel bad. I feel good. I feel good. Thank you. Thank you. Yes? Simple thing. Thank you. Okay. I have one person. Yesterday, I was speaking in Russian Satsang, and I asked one lady who came, I think I saw you this morning also. Who are you? Where are you? I asked you because she said to me, do you give the same answer for everything? Because your words just sounds like mathematics and rocket science to me. And I said, well, we do sell baby food too. We do have some baby food too. And we talked. Where are you? Have she gone? Huh?
Maybe she doesn't understand what you said. Because she's Russian.
Speak.
Подойдите сюда, пожалуйста, он говорил о вас.
Yes. This is fun, no? Yes. You see, I had the impression I was speaking in English, which I was. This is what I said to Rishi. Thank you for giving me the illusion that I speak Russian. And did you practice what I asked you to do?
Вы практиковали, делали то упражнение, о котором я вчера вам рассказывал?
Я очень старалась.
I tried very hard.
Yes. Oh, God. Another failure.
Ну вот.
Okay, tell me what happened. No, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that.
А он там мне что отвечает?
What did I tell her to do? I can't remember this.
Я уже не помню, что я вам сказал, что делать я вам сказал.
She can't remember.
Какое упражнение я вам дал?
Вопрос-то какой, я не понимаю. Вы мне дали упражнение смотреть за собой, наблюдать за собой со стороны. Я его так поняла.
The way I understood it, the exercise was to watch myself from outside.
No, I said actually to just let your thoughts and feelings come, but don't identify. I believe I said like this.
Мне кажется, я сказал немного другое. Я сказал, смотрите за мыслями, за эмоциями, которые приходят и уходят, но не отождествляйтесь с ними.
Это я тоже делала, получалось очень короткий промежуток времени, наблюдать за мыслями.
I did that too, but only for a short while.
Does she have anything to report?
Вам есть что сказать о каких-то результатах, рассказать, что произошло?
Сейчас мне намного легче вас понимать.
Right now, it is much easier to understand you.
It's good.
Это хорошо.
So does that mean she will stay on a little bit longer, or what?
Означает ли это, что вы побудете здесь еще на сатсанге какое-то время или нет?
Это именно это и означает, что я хочу еще побыть на сатсанге.
That's exactly what it means. I want to stay longer here.
Very good.
Очень хорошо.
Very good.
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Okay. Okay, can we have some music or something? We will have a bit of music, and then also people, as you can see, are leaving. So they can go for lunch or whatever you have to do. And those of you who would like to sit for 5 or 7 minutes after, you are welcome to sit with me in silence. And of course, the others may leave and take your break now. I was told that we have also some friends who just came for today from the United States, and would just like to say wherever you are, we're welcome to you, and happy day. Oh, you're here. Thank you. Very good. Yes, after? And you talked with them before? As you feel. If you want to do separately or if you want to do together, it's up to you. You are talking. Yes. It's a bhajan also, yeah. Achha.
Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. 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 Namah
be my only chance to stay before you, and I had to come.
Okay.
I have nothing to say, really. No questions.
Okay.
No doubts. Everything is at your feet. Forever. May I come and rest my head at your feet?
Please come. happy to see you. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Punja. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Christ. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Buddha. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Nisargadatta Maharaja. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ananda Mahima. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Yogiram Surat Kumar. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Mahadevaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Bankai. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ram. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ganga Ma. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This time is for allowing what has been heard inside your heart to remain not merely as concepts, but to merge and be one harmony, to marinate in that harmony. just like a piece of paper with a hole in it. The hole is in the paper, but it is not the paper. In the same way, awareness is here. It is unaffected by the play of the body-mind. The play of the body-mind is not a description or a definition of the pure self. Allowing the mind to relax from being a specific shape. It returns like space, vast, unbound. There is no need to identify oneself as form or name. Be empty. And yet there is no one being empty. Here you have no name, no age, no shape. There's nothing to control or to be or become. Even the idea to be yourself is meaningless here. You are. There is no need to imagine. Being aware of the body and the senses, yet you're beyond that. You're not that which comes or goes. which rises or falls. Yet there is the perceiving of all this. Inside your untouched being. Be confirmed in this. This is not something to believe, but to recognize. The ways of the mind are ancient, but yourself is timeless. There is no need to identify. What is eternally pure, free of contamination. The source of all that appears itself is beyond transformation. It is no distance from you, nor is it separate. Everything else we dream. There is a deep peace within your being. Be one with it. You are not that which comes and goes. It is only apparent. The witnessing of all movements occur in you and is perceived. Observe this. O timeless one, cease identifying with time and change and remain happy. Your true self is already whole and complete. It cannot be perfected. It is already perfect. It is not the ego. to hold on to the egoic is to fall asleep. Look within. You cannot come to a boundary for yourself. Looking without, you cannot come to a boundary for yourself. In truth, you are the immeasurable one. This role you play is in time and is only for a time. But yourself is the limitless one. All forms you can see, because in truth you're beyond form. You are not merely your person. This is simply a garment you wear for the play of time. Know yourself to be pure awareness. And there was never a time when you were not. And there will never be a time when you cease to be. But all ideas pass. Observing beginnings, you're beyond beginnings. Observing endings, you're without end. And this should be clear for you. Contemplate these things. Confirm. This life, it is only a dream. Enjoy, experience, but your place is with the Supreme Being. Find it inside your heart and be happy. observe, understand, recognize the play of the psychological mind and transcend its influence. This is the path of wisdom. It is for you. These pointings, these words that you hear, they appear in time, but where they come from is timeless. They speak to the timeless in yourself. There's nothing to exchange. Remember this deep inside your being. You're the timeless one. Nothing can bind you except in dream. In a moment, you'll hear the sound of the bell. It will make no difference to your inmost state. That which you are and which you know can never fade. Simply, our attention move away to the field of time and change, and a dreaming begin. Wake up. Om. Do not strain to control or to suppress the senses. Be aware of them. But stay only as awareness. By itself, gradually, all things come into the great harmony. And this is the natural way. Oh. What are you crying about? What is she crying about? What are you crying about? Huh? Speak up. What are you crying about? Hmm? Tell me, what are you crying about? Something or nothing? What is important is that even sometimes this type of thing can happen, and simply you don't identify with that. You notice sometimes it can simply be a way of exhausting some stale energies or something. Or is there some story in it? Also, it is also up to you to identify with that or just to discard that, not to be. But even here, sometimes in the most seemingly cathartic expressions, no, you're not that even. I'm not saying stop. Maybe there's a space also for this. But simply don't identify. Don't say, this is what I'm about or this is what I am. And like this, all things are noticed to come and pass. And you will know that that which observes them passively, neutrally, this one does not belong to time. Stay as this one, you see. Also, don't be too easily inclined to feel sorry for people. It is a misplaced judgment. Stay quiet within your being. And don't force any attitude upon yourself. The one who is deep within you, let this one influence your activity if you choose to be, if you choose to do that. So you see, I ask, is there any trouble? Is there any trouble? What do you cry for? What are you crying about? If you say it is irrelevant, then we will say, cry on. No harm. But if it is another way in which the mind is feasting on some projection or some attachment, you must learn to disregard these things. You must be strong. Because innumerable sensations and waves, a tsunami itself could pass as mind, but you remain as the undisturbed one. Don't imagine like this you are dead. You're not dead. You're fully present. You're just not gullible, not so easily destabilized. Very often people complain about small things. We raise up our attention about insignificant things. But the one whose attention is resting inside the heart remain unperturbed, untroubled. And so is their strength. In the time of upheaval, many would run to the feet of the one who is still and calm. Do not support excited states within yourself. They have nothing to contribute. But they leave behind a kind of static that makes it less easy to remain in peace. once you start to not give attention to these movements, it becomes so easy, you see, to see through things and not to be disturbed by them. Otherwise, we develop a certain fickleness inside and lack the grit and the strength that it requires to be fully free. Do not let your tempers be easily inflamed, and be quick to forgive and to forget. Don't carry resentment inside your heart. Don't go to bed with bad feelings. And don't make anniversaries out of your pain. Keep recognizing that calm, deep stillness within your being. Stay there. And soon all your questions and doubts will fall away. Nothing will trouble you. Momentarily, some impression may come from the past, create a little ripple here and there. This is fine. But there should be no routine suffering, routine mood and doubt. All things are going to become more easy for you once you pass through this bottleneck of resistance. Don't give up here. Don't give up here. Move through and beyond the reach of these things. Enough time wasted on these things. Now it's time to move into your golden age. What it mean? To rest in the silence of being as being itself. You're the ocean being. Don't identify with waves. All that you have heard so far and what you have experienced and your insights, it is enough to win you freedom. Don't keep seeking more and more. It's not more and more, but more to remain steadfast in your being and confirm again and again. Nothing is really happening. All is imagined. Confirm this over and over again, and soon you'll forget all these things. The one who is awake is not weak, but they're full of compassion. They're empty, but they're strong as a mountain. They're patient, but they're not naive. Okay. Do you have something to say, or all is fine? All is fine. Krishna. Come on. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. That's let her come inside. Come this way. Take it easy.